La Kill panel. Yeah, it's gonna get rowdy and off track because it's the three of us.
No?
And naked. What? Oh, who's getting? She said naked.
She's getting naked. We're not getting naked.
That's a lot of promise at the beginning of the panel. Wow.
That wasn't in my contract.
There may be minor. Who knows? Anyway, no promise of nudity. Just excitement about nakedness. Anyway, hi. I'm Carrie Karen, and I play Lady Satsuki. Yeah. I feel like I just can like walk out and do my. I know, right? I feel like it's for me. I should be like, huh? Pardon? Oh yeah, right. It's like,
Have the music playing, it'll be great.
And then if we get someone who's like dressed like you, we could be like not like Mystery Theater type, but it'll be like it's like karaoke but different. It's like we talk and then they have to act out whatever we're saying in character.
Charade karaoke?
It's like charade. I don't know what you call that. Like
karaoke.
What's it? Well, yeah, improv. Yes, yeah, that's yeah.
Like overdubbing kind of thing.
I like karaoke.
Yeah, it's like live action, live dubbing.
So live.
like super alive.
Real people and everything.
But it is. It's an improv game. There's an improv game that is. What's it called? Is it just called?
It's just called
Dub over. We're gonna play a little dub over.
I've seen that on the TVs.
Yeah. You have multiple?
Yes. Doesn't everyone?
And you are?
Oh, I'm Erica Mendez, and I'm the voice of Ryuko Matoi.
I wanted to see if they were floating or not. Okay, they look like they might be.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right? I thought her heart's would.
I was like, no,
they don't. Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be an awesome panel, you guys.
Very Karen and everyone.
I can feel it. I'm Christine Marie Cabanas, and I'm the voice of Mako Mankanchok.
I can't believe that after all these years you still remember how to pronounce the name.
What do you mean?
I just feel like sometimes if like a lot of time has passed and it was like a hard name, I'll be like, oh no.
No, but in my head I had a little stutter trying.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Do you ever do that? You're like,
Sometimes, if it's not like a character that I spent a lot of time with, I'm like, what was that name again?
Sometimes I'll forget the last name completely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I usually have to ask you guys, I'll be like, what was her name? There was one character, I could not remember her name, and I was like at a convention, and I was like, and she's finally someone in the room knew the name, and I was like, oh my god, thank God. No, it was an autograph line. And someone who was like, yeah.
I don't know.
Yamraiha. Yeah. And I was like, like just sometimes like you just have like a total, and then the more you try to think about it, the more it just goes away. Like the harder you try to remember something, the more, no? Am I alone? Yes, yeah, okay, all right, thank you. Everyone's staring at me like, no, we have perfect memories. All right, fine.
When you described her, you're just like, the girl with the shell boobs.
The shell? Yeah.
Yes, how else could you describe her?
Ruby Shell Lady.
Yes.
That's her name.
That's not her name. That is not her, she has a name, Christine. It's not Shell Lady. Anyway.
I guess we should do questions.
Let's, all right, so everyone here has seen Kill la Kill? Have you seen all of Kill la Kill? We can talk about everything we want to talk about in Kill la Kill. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Nice to know. Yeah. We're not very formal, so we don't like, you have to ask a question about a thing and then we answer the thing. Like, we just like the show and we like the fans and we like each other. And so we like just hang out. You can be like, hey, I love that part with blah, blah, blah. We like each other, Erica.
Oh, right.
We like each other.
Of course, sure.
So you can even do something like, we just like to have a chance to like just hang out. And this is why I like doing panels that are specifically about a show, because I feel like they're more conducive to that. And it's less about like, well, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when like you're just asking us questions and we're giving you information, then it feels like kind of like
a lecture more than a...
Yeah, more like a lecture than like a, hey, we all love this show, so let's like hang out and talk about it, right? Do you approve?
Yes.
Because you're looking at me very disapproving today.
I do look at you
what's
like
wrong?
that.
Where'd all the love go?
The lights in my eyes.
The lights in my eyes! I'm just like... Oh my god, I scared the crap out of her before our last panel on Kill la Kill. It was awesome. I got down there early on a Sunday morning, and her and David Vincent, who plays Silent he and she weren't down there yet, and then like some people were there already, and so we were just chatting, and then I decided it'd be fun to like jump out and scare her. So I put all my stuff like under the platform so they wouldn't know that I was there. They would be like, there's her suitcase. And then I hid under the platform, like not under the table, but like under the platform, and the platform was only like this high off the ground. And so someone told her that I was hiding.
No, I think like somebody said that they thought that she had been here already, but they didn't see her.
Because you came up and you looked under the table.
Well, because I figured if you were already here, then maybe you'd be hiding or something. Nobody told me that you were hiding.
You just knew that? You just knew that about me. Oh!
I'm smart. She always
so
messes
well.
with me.
Their relationship is very different than in the show.
I watched her walk by and like go like look and then like walk back by. And you could enter from either side of the stage. It just worked out really well that you guys came on the side that I was on. So as they're like walking to go up the stage, because they decided to start without me, I like pushed out from under the thing and I was like,
God.
Ryuko And I scared the crap out of him. Erica like froze, and
Did anyone
was like,
scream?
Well, yeah, David screamed because I was like, I knew you were under there.
You felt vindicated, and he was terrified. It was awesome. But that was maybe the most off, like then the whole panel was just off the rails from there.
Pretty much.
So this one's already starting much better.
Do you have any questions?
Hi, yes sir.
Well, for all three of you, how did you get into the headspace of the character, especially for Mako and the monologues?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like more of that question's for Carrie because you just look at Carrie or just know how Carrie acts, and she's totally the
She's
opposite.
not sassy at all.
Like more the opposite than anyone else in the cast.
I am the least like my character, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
It's so funny because I talked to the producers after all was said and done, you know, and she said that, she goes, you know, Carrie, we were worried about Satsuki because, you know, for other characters, we at least had in our minds, like, some actors that we knew that could, like, were possible. Like, we're like, okay, maybe someone like blah, blah, blah. We had, like, short lists, at least. She's like, but Satsuki, we all just didn't know. Like, no one had a good idea for her. And then when I came in for that, like, even when I came for the callback, they really worked me a lot at that callback.
Did they?
Yeah, oh yeah. But I think everyone was, like, staring confused through the glass, because I'd be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You pigs in human clothing! And they're like, what is happening right now? They're like, what is there like, she's schizophrenic, like what is that? I think they just kept staring at me and I was like, I think I'm having the worst audition of my life right now. Because they're all like horrified. I was like, oh, but they kept having me read. I was like, I don't know why they're not just cutting me loose. So it turns out I booked it.
I didn't get a call back. Did you guys get callbacks?
No, because mine was a little weird.
Oh, okay.
I had been called in for Matsuro actually. And at that point, when I came in for my session, they're like, hey, so we actually haven't cast Ryuko yet, so we were wondering if you would like kind of do a callback there at the session. They're like, if it works out, you get to be the main character. If not, you still get to be Matsuro. And I was like,
Win-win.
okay, I can't really,
You're like, win-win.
can't really lose here. And then we started with the end of the episode and then moved back to the beginning of the episode. And that's when I was like, okay, this is a thing. This is happening, I guess. And then I think you've said this multiple times, like throughout maybe the first week or two, like we're all like, oh God, we're gonna get recast, we're gonna get recast.
Oh yeah, I texted the director after my third session. I was like, listen, I've never been fired before, but I hear it happens. And it's okay, this is even my first time. Everyone, this is a job, you know? Like, I was convinced.
Yeah.
He texted me back, he's like, you're crazy.
For me, this was like one of my very first huge roles. I think one of my biggest ones before that was Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. And yeah, so I was absolutely terrified, and I'm not nearly as like openly angry as Ryuko is. So
That does feel good though.
Openly angry.
I'm quietly angry.
Quietly angry.
I'm subtle about my anger. Everyone just thinks I'm mad all the time just because I have like that resting biatch face.
I just have like a lot of anger that slowly seeds out of me at every moment of my existence. Okay.
It's like you know when you open a soda
Oh,
bottle
yeah.
and it just
So you're that's how you're angry. You're like the sound of your anger.
that's me.
So Ryuko was a good fit.
I mean, eventually, yeah, I kind of like fell into it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, good. I actually had to call Michael Cinder Nicholas. Do you know Michael Cinder Nicholas from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Dean Venture Brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the Care Bears and all sorts of stuff.
Is it Care Bear?
Yeah. But I got my first job with him. He was directing it, and I called him and I was like, "Listen, this is my problem because I have a lot of energy, and like she can't sound mad. She can't sound out of control. That's the thing about her. She can never sound at all out of control in any way." And I'm like, "You've been with me for 7 minutes." And I guess you can probably understand how that was complicated for me to do. So he's like, "Oh, I've had those characters." He's like, take a pen and hold a pen in your hand, and then just feel like you have to squeeze down and send your entire performance through the center of that pen, the end of the pen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you were like stabbing yourself in the
I
hand.
stabbed myself because that would like make me feel, because that would calm me down, right? So that really helped. I used it like solidly for the next like 2 sessions, and then I would like slowly like set it down. But if I got a moment where I was just like not, and I knew the notes that I would get when I started getting a certain note, I knew that was the correct side. It was like sometimes like cheated. I'd like pick up it. I was like, I need my pen. And I would do it and it'd be fine. I'd be like, okay, I can set the pen down. By the end, I didn't need the pen anymore at all. But that was my
pretty
thing.
cool.
I sat in on a session at one
Great.
point, and
did?
it's really crazy watching her work and get into Satsuki.
Did she have the pen?
Any time between takes, she'd be like on the floor, like rolling around.
I was stretching.
And then, but immediately when the next line comes up, she's just there and just like stiff. Like it was crazy.
She's a light switch.
I feel like I had to like burn off all my energy. Also because she was there, I was texting her from the booth.
She was.
Being like, what are they saying about me? Like I was especially, I was like balanced. I think that's part of it. Like I think when you have to play a character, like when I like Erased.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When like it's so sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I was like, after takes, you're like, ah! You know what I mean? You feel like you have to like kind of shake it off. Yeah.
We're all in that too. I didn't realize that till now.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is also an Erased panel now. Has anyone here seen Erased?
It's so good.
So sad.
You have
Yeah, right? Oh my god. So can imagine like being in a room by yourself recording that.
It's very.
The bloopers for that one are particularly special, just because of that, I think.
The sad shows had the best bloopers.
Yeah, because you need to blow off steam. So yeah, I was always like bouncing off the wall. Like Satsuki was tough. I had to shake it off a lot afterwards.
Mine's the opposite.
Yours is the opposite.
Yeah. I just had to lose every control that I have over everything in my body. I like, throw every filter I have on myself. You just have to turn it off and then spew it into the microphone.
That's so funny to think about, like how all of us are like really like the opposites of our characters.
Yeah.
In our own temperaments.
Funny how that works.
Funny. Okay, sorry. Did we answer your question? Okay, good.
Oh, I just realized
30 minutes later.
You're the Coke bottle with the lid on. You're the Coke bottle opening up, and I'm just like dumping out.
You're like
I'm shaking it up,
and then like opening it.
You're like repeated. You're like shake, open, shake, open, shake, open. Ah! Oh, out of fizz. New bottle. Shake, open, shake, open.
I like this new metaphor.
This is an amazing metaphor for our characters. And now Coke is sponsoring Kill la Kill. It's so bright I can't tell if they're having fun or if they're all just staring at us like we're nuts. Like, you know what I mean? It could just be like, what? Is it too late? The door is really far away. Like it's really far away, and I think she could beat me there. Like I think if she ran for it, could I outrun her? I'm not sure. We're trapped. We have 40 minutes to go. Like,
Is this still the first question?
Yes.
yes. Okay. Who has the second question or comment? Yes.
What's the most insane, like crazy thing that you love?
Oh my god, I love its insanity. Okay, this is such a weird little thing. I don't know why I love this so much, but there's a fight between Satsuki and Nui, and I love the way that they play with the animation storytelling, right? Visual storytelling. And there's this moment where like, you know, when like you see in the background you see like the wide shot, right? And then they cut to like the close-up box where it's like over the wide shot, the close-up box of the person, right? And then over the wide shot, the close-up box of the person, and for their like lines or whatever. And then her her like close-up reaches over and touches my close-up.
Oh, yeah.
She like reaches over and touches me, even though like in the real world we're still like really far away. But I don't know why, I just love that moment when she like reaches through the close-up and touches me.
It's great.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like that's one of the things I love about the show is that it has this like super serious moments where it's like trying to tell its story about, you know, this girl who's looking for revenge for her dad and ends up, you know, escalating from there. But then it also has like its crazy, like insane moments that kind of juxtapose all that. So then they'll break like the fourth wall and stuff like that. It's just really cool, just the way they do it. Because I feel like there have been other shows, I can't think of any at the moment, but they'll try to do stuff like that, but it'll just not make any sense. But it just makes sense within the world of Kill la Kill, and they don't really need to explain it so much.
Yeah, and I feel like it's because they set it up from the get-go. Like it opens on like a very traditional like teacher shot, you know, and you think you're like in a totally normal, and then Gamagori like just like slithers or like mole like the entire room, and you're like, okay, so physics are different here. Got it.
I like how he has this unspoken power of changing shape and size. Like, he just changes size whenever he feels like, but no one acknowledges it. But yeah.
It's good fun. I like it.
Yeah. Was that the question? Was it the answer?
answer?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes. Ryuko Matoi.
All of them. I mean, I scream like 80% of the show.
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by hardest.
Yeah. I definitely have. Yeah, I have one for sure. Just because it like made me physically ill in the booth. It's
Me too.
This show's been out for like 3 years. So I'm gonna not be super vague about it. But yeah, spoilers. So it's, you know, when Ryuko gets under mind control, and she's like a zombie for a little amount of time because Ragyo is like, you're my puppet now, basically. So it's the moment where she's getting out of that, and she has like, she's pulling the life fiber out of her head. Usually when we do the screaming takes like that, we'll do like maybe 1 or 2 because they wanted to like save my voice so that I didn't die. This one, Alex Von David, the director, wanted it so particular. I think we did it maybe like 10, 15 times.
Yeah.
And he just wanted it a certain way to where it started off kind of not low, but like just, it had a certain intensity, and then it just ramped up like crazy at the end. So we kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until he liked it. And finally, he liked it, thank God. And so we're taking a break because they're like listening over to it and making sure it fits and everything's okay with it. So I go to sit down and I take a water bottle because I'm like, I need to lubricate my throat because that kind of hurt. So I pick up the water bottle, and it's just this the entire time. I'm like trying to drink it, and I felt shaky, like I've never felt like that in my entire life. And it was scary. Like I was like, am I dying right now? Am I dead? Like, is this it? Will my mom know that I love her? And it was scary. But I felt okay afterwards, but it's basically like a typical Kill la Kill session where after I record for like, 2-3 hours, I want to go home and sleep for the rest of the day. So I survived, obviously, I'm here, but it was scary. Like I didn't know what was happening to me. But yeah.
You know what would be worse is thinking you had a heart attack in the booth.
Yeah?
Cut to.
Oh God.
So, while I was doing one of Mako's monologues, I try not to breathe so much because you gotta fit the words in. There's no room for breathing. So, when I did take my one breath, I guess I took 2 quick ones, and then I felt something like snap in my chest. And it just started to hurt, and it just wouldn't let go. It was like my chest seized up, like all the muscles in here like clamped down, and I fell to the floor, and they could hear me breathing in the other room going, and then they thought I had like a heart attack, and I was like, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm too young to have a heart attack, I think. But yeah, I still don't know to this day what happened, but I almost had to go home, but I continued on.
That's how much we love this show, okay?
Yes.
We heard
No,
ourselves.
just give me 5 minutes. I'm fine.
Yeah. I didn't want to admit defeat. So,
I didn't want to admit to
breathe, children. It's
breathe. So that's
necessary.
the message. That's the message is breathe.
Breathe.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Good.
Do you have any scary moments, or is it 'cause she's
Just us.
Well, that wasn't scary. That wasn't the question, right? The question wasn't scary. Oh, she's not even looking. She asked this question. You're telling a story. I just meant to clarify something, and she is on her phone tweeting or Instagramming or whatever. Oh, I'm so sorry that we've been chatting.
Because you started to talk, and obviously Ryuko is the best character.
Well, her head was already down when I turned to her,
Well, that's
so
because she
she was
already
definitely
listened to
some
me
part.
answer, and
I
that's
don't
all
know.
that
She's trying to show some shiny thing at us to distract us, like we're raccoons or something.
All you know is she could be